通りすがりの仮面ライダーだ。覚えておけ。
アタックライドブラスト。
Hello and welcome to a review of Kamen Rider Decado, Violent Emotion. Now I know a lot of people have already done reviews of this on YouTube, but you know, I got one and I decided might as well do my own points of view, that other people seem to have missed certain details that I'm not going to, you know, different point of views. So here's the box. Is Mask Rider Decade on the side, Violent Emotion in purple and black box, the Decade coloring. S.H.Figuarts. S.H.Figuarts is a new standard figure series that incorporates the Bandai action figure art under the theme, pursuing character expression through humanoid action. This is like a movie wall special, so it's got the movie wall logo there in black and white at the bottom, Toei logo, Bandai logos and stuff. Top here, Mask Rider Decade. The plastic is also quite tough. Underneath, because this is sold in Hong Kong, you got the Bandai Asia sticker and sort of Bandai Asia sort of shiny logo sticker. Man Doi. That's what it says in the Cantonese. Some recycled paper and stuff. Ages 15 and above recommended. On the side, S.H.Figuarts Violent Emotion. Same on the other side. And on the back, pictures showing few posable actions. Another Hong Kong sticker here, warning not for children under 3, so but still recommended for ages 15 and up. Small pass choking hazard. And yeah, just poses of this. I'll be posting pictures of this on Facebook if you want a close look at the box. So yeah, just a quick unboxing here. There's tape on both sides. When I bought this from the shop, they had a little black plastic bag over it. That's just the shop's doing, with the sort of like price sticker stuck on the plastic, which I had to sort of rub to get the glue off, because you know, it's like cheap stickers. So inside the box there's like a silver card to sort of back the figure. And because this is Hong Kong, you also get a Hong Kong registration card, and you also get a little code right here, which I've covered, so you can say which figure or toy you've bought. Also on the back of the card is the instructions manual. Again, I'll take a photo of this, put it on Facebook. It's in like on the back like the DX toys, but this is only a one single-sided piece of paper. Also not inside the box, there's this little picture right here, Tamashi Web. So inside the box, apart from the figure that's already there, you also get a pointy hand, a pair of relaxed hands, a pair of, I'm assuming it's the card holding hands, a pair of weapon holding hands, normal Decade helmet. Sure does look pretty cool, although the seam seems a bit clear. I don't like seams. I get 3 versions of the Rider Booker. There's one in gun mode, one in sword mode, and the one that's meant to hang on the belt and you can open up, even though the inside is completely flat. It's a nice little touch. One thing I do notice is that all these Rider Bookers look slightly different. The tip of the gun is all different. The one with the gun mode is very bigger and has a silver tip and has a hole inside it, so like an actual gun. The Rider Booker form also has a hole in it, but it's not silver tipped. And this one's sword mode is silver tipped, but there's no hole in the gun pointy bit. And if you compare the two, the size is way different. Like so. That's not right. Now why is it different? Yeah, the one that sits on the belt is actually, the entire body of it is way smaller. Another thing about the hands is that with S.H.Figuarts, I actually use a ton of plastic that's kind of soft, so you can actually sort of like bend the fingers. And I mean, it's good that it's not brittle, so it won't snap, and it's not too soft that it feels rubbery. Although the figure does feel like it's a mixture between a rubber and really hard plastic. figure itself is pretty good and pretty spot on in terms of scale. In terms of articulation, you got the standard S.H.Figuarts, you got the swivel of the head, the up and down sort of ball joint. The neck itself also has a joint underneath for more neck movements. Ooh, exorcist. The head can be easily detached to put on the normal decade head. Shoulder pieces are separate to give the ease of movement. So for swivel, shoulder joint inside for more poses. Joint here, joint here, joint here, joint here, hands out on a slight ball joint so you can move them around. In terms of soft plastic, I've noticed that this plastic is the same as well, so it gives you the ability to sort of like push things around. Both arms have the same amount of articulation. Then you have the torso, which is a ball joint underneath here, and the ball joint here. You can actually detach the torso. The belt is still in the same piece as the waist piece. Legs joints here, up and down. Sort of a swivel thing going on here. A double joint for the legs. Swivel joint right here to move the legs, but because it is, the feet are die-cast metal, because of that it actually makes it quite stiff. It also seems a bit too shiny compared to the rest of the body. And also the toe movement, which is really stiff. But that's the articulation. And Decade's like, ooh, how dare you be around like that. In terms of poseability, this guy is great because of all the articulation and the die-cast feet that keeps him standing. Now let's have to look at the actual details of the figure. The helmet is pretty neat. However, the helmet's sort of compound eye effects are slightly covered since it's a lot darker green than the other Decade figure. And like I said, in terms of things that other people don't mention, is that the seam on the side of the helmet is quite noticeable. That includes the seam on the actual figure's armor that runs all the way down to the side. I mean, that's just not nice. Look at that plastic. That's the molding line, molding injection point, and you got little bits of well, scratches right there, the plastic shape. The belt as well, the sort of like seamless line of the belt is sort of just ruined by that little line right there. Watching the reviews and pictures of these figures online, everyone like mentions how much detail you get on these figures, and yes, you do get a lot of detail, but for the price you're paying for, I was expecting something that didn't have lines like this. And of course, finally, one of the biggest insults to the details of the toy is that there's no printing on the Deca driver. However, it is nice that there is a red transparent plastic right there, which it's hard to see with the eyes, but under the correct lighting, you're able to see it. There's also no colouring on the 3 white dots on the belt. And also there is no replacement piece on this figure or the other Deca figure, so you can make it look like he's opened the Deca driver ready to insert a card. In terms of the leg, I've also noticed other details. See here, ooh, that's bad. Big seaming line there on both legs. So the line issue carries all the way to the bottom. At the bottom of the feet, you do get sort of shoe printing, and which is a good thing. Another few nitpick complaints are where the paint doesn't really hit the line. Sort of bits of white there, and on this side the pink bit actually goes into the black sort of armory plates. Another note is when you have to write a book attached to its belt, it doesn't stop articulation at all because it's on a sort of swivel joint, and you can just move it out of the way when giving him a sort of open leg stance. Overall, I'm kind of pleased with this figure for the price I paid, but if I paid the eBay sort of expensive, super expensive import price, I would have been slightly disappointed, well actually even to being upset. This figure has a lot of detail and yet doesn't push the detail limit as I feel it should. Being the ultimate figure of Kamen Rider at this scale, can't help but feel like it should include the printed belt, and of course the different correct colors, and the paint not going all over the place. But most of you might say that I may be being a little bit picky, but overall this is a neat figure, not too many accessories, and it's not a complicated figure. I mean, you have things like Forze or O's where you have all these parts you have to change all over the place. It can get a bit complicated. However, a kid can pick up this figure and play it quite easily because, well, the extra accessories aren't overwhelming and replacing parts is very easy. Just peg them in or put them in the hand. There's no sort of parts removing needed to put in and replace different parts. One last thing I do want to question though is, why give me card holding hands if you're not going to give me any cards? The addition of the normal head is nice, but it will make sense to, you know, use something else for the accessories. Perhaps a special effects part or a display stand. Yeah, that would have been much nicer than card holding hands if, you know, because if you're going to get card holding hands from the original Deku figure that comes with cards anyway, why do you need more card holding hands? And also, why give me the normal head? I mean, it's a nice touch, but I don't really need the normal head if I'm getting the violent emotion. If you're going to give me the head and card holding hands, meaning that I only have to get one figure, not the other, then, you know, give me the damn cards. And for those who are looking to make animations with these figures, go right ahead. These things are good for animation. All the joints are tight and solid. Displaying them is not too hard. Always use with a blue tag and you'll be safe because of the die-cast feet. And yeah, so that's my review. Very nitpicky. So subscribe, suggest, and comment below. Take and have a nice day, and check out Facebook for detailed photos on this figure, and let me know what you think of this review. If I do good, then I can review more, maybe figures in the near future. Thank you. Bye.
ファイナルアタックライドスラッシュ